Yo, what's up everybody, it's Ya Niño, y aquí estoy de vuelta con un otro video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how languages changed my life. So let's get into it.
My diamonds on froze. Diamonds on froze. Diamonds on froze.
Okay, so basically I'm going to be breaking this video down into about 3 parts, I think. So the first part, how languages impacted my life abroad when I travel, how it changed my life here in Montreal, how I live, and how the culture of each of these languages really changed my life and impacted my life. So if you've seen my first video where I explain how I learned to speak all the languages that I do, you'll see that my language learning adventures started living abroad. Started in Spain and then Italy, where I learned Spanish and Italian. And honestly, learning the local language as quickly as I did was the best thing I could have done. Honestly, it made my experience there so much better. Which is why I really forced myself to learn the language and to try and immerse myself in the culture the most I could, because I knew that's how I would get the best experience out of it. I didn't just want to be another almost like tourist to the people in Spain, where I would only be able to speak English, and a lot of people don't speak amazing English, so the experience just would not have been the same speaking to someone in their second language or third language. Whereas when I learned Spanish, especially playing soccer on a team there, I was able to really see a different side of the people, the people my age. I was able to see what their sense of humor was like, what they do, what they like to do for fun, what they do when they go out, and it was honestly amazing. And it really what made me fall in love with learning languages. It was seeing that other side of people from a different culture that you've never seen before, that you don't see when you're speaking to them in English or another language that they speak, but it's not their mother tongue. There's an amazing quote from Nelson Mandela that I absolutely love, which is, if you speak to a man in a language that he understands, that goes to his head. But if you speak to a man in his language, that goes to his heart. And it's honestly so true. Like I've mentioned, the relationship you have with someone when you speak their native language is so different from when you're speaking to them in a language that they understand, whether it be English or another one. And you automatically just create this connection with that person. They want to know more about you, and it's an amazing thing, and it's an amazing feeling when you're able to do that. And I think anybody else that speaks a foreign language, and when they go away to a country that speaks that language, they can tell you the experience is so different. People honestly treat you differently. They're more friendly to you. They're more likely to talk to you, to ask you where you're from. You become more interesting to them automatically. And this made traveling on vacation with my family so much more fun. I was way more excited to go to places, to Spanish-speaking countries, because I knew I would be able to speak with the locals, practice my Spanish, but meet new people and learn about all these cultures from these different countries. So speaking all the languages I do definitely has had a big impact on my life here in Montreal. I'd say especially socially, the amount of friends I've been able to make is ridiculous. Some of my best friends, my friend Hamiro that I mentioned in the first video, we were on the same soccer team, and he was a new player, and I found out that he was Brazilian, and it made me want to talk to him right away, practice my Portuguese, find out more about him, and because of that we became really good friends. Through soccer, I've met so many Spanish-speaking people, so many Latinos. Last summer I played on a full Spanish team, or a full Latino team. And you know, instead of just being one of the guys that plays soccer, I became one of the boys, you know, one of the Latinos. So it's made my life in Montreal so much more fun, so much better. At school too, I'm in university now, and I'm doing a trilingual bachelor in entrepreneurship, which I wouldn't have been able to do before if I didn't speak the languages I do. And even at university, another cool story. One of my really good friends, Daniel, who's Brazilian. I met him in one of my classes because the teacher was Brazilian, and we were going around introducing ourselves. I found out he was Brazilian. At the end of the class, they were talking to each other, and I went in and I joined the conversation because I wanted to practice my Portuguese. And he was new to Montreal because he was an exchange student for the semester, and we exchanged contact information, and we ended up going out a lot to a couple of parties. And it's just helped me build so many cool relationships with different people that I might not necessarily have before if I only spoke French and English like most people do here in Montreal. Now my favorite part about learning a new language is the culture behind that language. There's so many different cultures in this world that we don't know about, that are undiscovered to each individual, that are so interesting, that are amazing. And learning a language is honestly the best way to find out about these cultures. You learn so many new things. The amount of things I incorporate into my daily life, or that I incorporate into my lifestyle now, that strive from other cultures, is amazing. Anybody that knows me knows that about 90% of the music I listen to is either reggaeton or some form of Brazilian music, whether it be funk, samba, or sertanejo. The amount of things I've learned, or that I've discovered that I liked. There's this South American drink called yerba mate. I think it's from Argentina, but they drink it in Argentina, Uruguay, and the south of Brazil. But I drink it every day. I start my morning with it. It's my cup of coffee, and I could not live without it. And I would not have found out about it if I didn't learn more about these cultures. The amount of things you learn about yourself and the things you discover that you could end up loving is amazing. So I strongly advise anybody learning a new language to invest themselves into that culture, because it's amazing what you could find out and what you could end up loving that you didn't know you could. So if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up, share it with your friends, please subscribe, comment what you thought about the video. Again, I'm always up for suggestions for different videos, what you guys want to see. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting on these videos. It seems that you guys love them, so I'm looking forward to making more for you guys. I'm really loving this whole process of making videos and sharing my experiences with languages and helping you guys learn different languages along the way. So stay tuned for the new videos coming, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
How many times I step in the booth and I'm rapping the truth? How many times I hate on the food but got love from two? Whoa.